Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 16 at BGM following the Philadelphia Flyers as we are taking them into the Year 6 playoffs as we have our first round matchup against the 42-29-11 Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Flyers ended off Year 6 with a record of 15-26-6, finishing first place in the Metropolitan Division and securing home ice playoffs for the first couple rounds, I would assume. And we are going to be playing the Maple Leafs this year, who were I believe they were either the first or the second wildcard team. I do not recall. Let's see. Were they the first wildcard team or the second wildcard team? They were the second wildcard team. Alrighty. So, and that is the reason we are playing. Well, actually, yeah, they're the first wildcard team since Tampa's playing Carolina. Okay, so we get to play the first wildcard team is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and let's go back to stats and check it out. So, unfortunately, we're going to be going into this series with a disgruntled Robert Haig, which is really unfortunate, but just another little glitch in the system here of this freaking Flyers team that we're going to be unfortunately dealing with. But once again, give you guys a quick sneak preview of how our team played this year once again and how our lineup is going to look. It's going to be Giroux, Voracek, and Simmons, Grantham, Noel, and Meyer, Couturier, Konechny, and Toffoli, and then White, Generous, and Kruger for our offense. Defensively, we're going to have Provorov and Sanheim, Gostisbehere, and Bachman, Haig, and Moran. For our defense, Steve Mason and Michael Neuwirth will be in the cage for us. Alright, so that's what our offense is going to look like. Let's take a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs and see what they're going to be bringing to this series here. We'll see if they have any injuries as well as they get brought into this series. Alright, so Dmytro Timashov, 85, Nikita Korostelev, 85, Kasperi Kapanen, 85, Connor Brown, 84, Boone Jenner, 85, Mitch Marner, 82, Brendan Leipsic, 84, Frederick Gauthier, 85, Trevor Lewis, 83, Tim Gettinger, 84, Richard Panik, 83, Peter Holland, 83, Vincent Trocheck, 81, Mikhail Volchenkov, 78. So they seem like a very young team, with the exception of a couple players like Holland's 30, Trocheck's like 27, Panik's 30, Gettinger's 22, Trevor Lewis is 34, but I mean like 25, 26, 23, 27, 27, 24, 24, 24. They're a relatively young team, and they don't have anybody on their offense over an 85. And their highest point total this year was 3 players getting 50 points with Timashov, Korostelev, and Kapanen. No 20 goal scorers either. A lot of depth goal scoring though, it seems. A lot of guys in double digits, but offensively wise, they're not really that great, I would seem. Defensively, they might be pretty good though. Morgan Rielly, 95. Cam Fowler, 88. Martin Marincin, 85. Jake Gardiner, 85. Matt Finn, 85. And Andrew Nelson, 85. So 4 85s, an 88 in Fowler, and a 95 in Morgan Rielly. So Riley's definitely a beast of an offensive defenseman. He's going to be on their power play, probably penalty kill, all that fun stuff. Same thing with Cam Fowler. So that's probably their 1-2 punch. Then Marincin and Gardiner, Finn and Nielsen. Nelson or Nielsen, however you want to say it. But this Nielsen guy looks like he's an up-and-comer as well. Got some good stats on him. And then goaltending, they got Jonathan Bernier and James Reimer, 86 and 85. So we beat them in goaltending. They probably have us beat in defense, even though we have, I mean, Provorov and Sanheim versus Rielly and Fowler is a pretty decent matchup, I would think, but 85s all around. Yeah, I would say they have the edge in defense. We definitely have the edge in offense for sure. So we have the better offense, they have the better defense, we have the better goaltender. So that's pretty much what the matchup is right now. It's our offense versus their defense pretty much. If we can get by Rielly and Fowler and a bunch of their 85s, you know, we should have a decent time with this series. And we do have home ice advantage as well. And I gotta make sure that I did have rotate goalies on still, but I think Mason should be starting nonetheless. Let me just double check. That's what our lineup looks like. I'm not going to make any changes here. Yep, Steve Mason is in the net. So let's get this underway here. Let's get our Year 6 playoff round number 1 against the Toronto Maple Leafs underway. I mean, this team really isn't scaring me all too much, but you never know. They could somehow pull off an upset here, surprisingly. But let's get it going. We have home ice advantage. First period, 0-0, 13 shots to 9. So we are outplaying them so far in the first. Second period, 1-1. Timashov scores, but then Timo Meier does tie the game late in the second period, tying the game up at 1. 25-16 are the shots. So it's 1-1 going into the third period. ×8 simulation. Let's see if this Flyers team can continue it. We definitely are out shooting them this game. And, you know, hopefully we can get something on the board here late in the third with 10 minutes left to go. And we're winding down here. Third, oh man, Connor Brown right in the slot there. That might do it. That might do it. Yeah, 3-1. Kasperi Kapanen. Jesus. Well, Voracek ties it with 3 minutes left. And Timo Meier ties it again. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We are going to overtime. Wow. That was an insane third period. Connor Brown and Kasperi Kapanen put 2 on Steve Mason, who hasn't had the greatest game so far. 3 goals on 22 shots only. Not a great game for Mason, but Jacob Voracek and Timo Meier with his second goal of the night tied the game up late, both on the opposite ends of the ice, it seems. And the Flyers do come back and force overtime in game number 1. 33-22 are the shots. We definitely are outplaying them, it seems, in this game, but Mason just had a rough game, it seems. But hopefully the Flyers can complete this comeback here in overtime. Power play in overtime for the Leafs. Ooh, the Flyers do kill it off. On the 40 shots on that. Jonathan Bernier is having himself one hell of a game here. And that's it. Korostelov scores on Mason, and that'll do it. 4 goals on 30 shots. Steve Mason lets up. Jonathan Bernier had one hell of a game. He didn't even get the first star. Timo Meier did. But Jonathan Bernier stopped 40-something shots. Or no, what was it? 3 goals on 41. He stopped 38 of 41, so I can't blame the offense for this because Bernier was a monster this game. So Meier from Grantham and Moran, Voracek from Simmons and Giroux, Meier from Noel and Gostisbehere, and then Korostella from Marner and Timashov. Timashov, I think, had a good game. Yeah, a couple of their rookie players, well, not really rookie players, but they got some decent point totals in that game. Alright, we definitely cannot have a game like that for sure. Our locker room chemistry is continuing to go down, so we need to get this team bolstered up a little bit. I'm really thinking that Robert Hagg, now that he's like an 80 overall, is really helping this team right now. I really do. He's really bumming us out right now. Alright, no team wants to be down in the playoffs, so I thought we had to agree. We need to play smart. Oh, well, I didn't want that option. Okay, well, we pissed everybody off. At least our star players went up. But maybe that's what we need, to piss these guys off. I'm not going to make any changes right now, but if we go down 2-0, then maybe I'll make some changes. Jonathan Bernier had one hell of a game. We put 40 shots on net. That's what we really need to do to stop this team. And Mason needs to have a better game for sure. Here we go. Game number 2. First period. 1-0. That's a good start. Tyler Toffoli getting us started. 7 shots to 11. So the Maple Leafs are out shooting us so far in this game. Second period. 3-1. I like that. Ryan White makes it a 2-0 game. As my freaking phone's going off, don't need to be bothered by that. Ryan White makes it a 2-0 game. Brendan Leipsic makes it 2-1. But then Nathan Noel gives us that 2-goal lead cushion back once again, making it 3-1. 21-20 are the shots. So we got a 2-goal lead going into the third period here. Hopefully we can hold on and not give the Maple Leafs back into this game. Power play. All right, couldn't score on the power play. That's fine though. Get to the 10-minute mark with that 2-goal lead. That's what I want. All right, buckle down here, boys. Buckle down, defense. All right, just need to kill off these 6 minutes here, and I think we got this game in the bag. Indeed, we do. Empty netter by Shane Gostisbehere, and the Flyers will take game number 2, 4-1 in very convincing fashion. So, nice job there by the guys in orange and the black. Let me see. What was the shot summary? 30-30. Pretty even game all around. Even totals in the shots. Pretty good. All right, so goals, Tyler Toffoli from Travis Konechny and Robert Hagg. So Hagg does get himself a point, gets himself on the board. Ryan White from Toffoli and Kruger Nathan Noel from Timo Meier, and then Shane Gostisbehere from Earl Grantham and Timo Meier. So, Meier had 2 points. Grantham had 2 points? Or do you have 1 point? No, Meier had 2 points. Toffoli had 2 points. Grantham had 1. Yeah, oh my god, I can't even talk. Toffoli had 2 points and Meier had 2 points. 2 assists from Timo Meier, a goal and an assist from Tyler Toffoli. So many names. Alright, but we do, we split the series up at 1, which is not too bad, as now we get to go to the ACC for game number 3. Alright. Once again, we definitely had to put up the shots there. We got a nice little comfortable lead going into the third period, which is definitely what we need to have. And we just need to hold on to those leads as we can. Alright, here we go. Game number 3. First period, 2-1. Alright, Ghost gets us onto the board to start. Then Gettinger and Cam Fowler answer back with 2 pretty quick ones to end the first. 15-9 are the shots. Once again, Steve Mason not having himself a great game so far. Alright, come on, boys. We need a big second here. Second period, 3-2. There we go. Murray Generous, the rookie on the 4th line, and Ryan White putting up his 2nd goal in the series. Good second period by the Flyers, out shooting the Maple Leafs again, 27-17. Take a 1-goal lead going into the third period. 3-2 is the score. Alright, so once again, we just need a good third period here from our boys. Power play for the Leafs. Flyers do kill it off. Alright, we're putting up the shots again. Putting up the shots. 30 shots to 20. Power play for the Leafs. 5-on-3, and then it was 4-on-3, and then a 5-on-4. But the Flyers do kill it off tremendously. Only 20 shots for the Leafs so far in this game. They're not putting up many, and it looks like the Flyers will hold on in the third period. Very good period by Steve Mason. He lets up those 2 goals in the first period, but then shuts down the door the rest of the way, and the Flyers take game number 3 over the Leafs, 3-2. They shut down the Leafs after that first period. A lot of penalties in this game as well. Let's see, what were the penalties? It seems it was back and forth. Hooking on Meier, holding the stick, Matt Finn, roughing on Sanheim, holding on Panic, roughing on Morin, holding on Toffoli, slashing on Riley, and a high sticking double Meier by Sam Moran, which was that weird penalty in the third period. But nonetheless, Flyers held on. So Shane Gostisbehere from Earl Grantham and Nathan Noel. Murray Generous with his first from Ryan White and Marcus Kruger, and then Ryan White from Murray Generous and Ivan Provorov. So Ryan White putting up a 2-point game. Murray Generous with a 2-point game. It looks like that 4th line really clicked together, which was really nice to see. Really nice to see. Grantham and Noel are still putting up points. Ghost is getting a couple goals in there as well. Not too bad by the Philadelphia Flyers, taking game number 3 up 2-1 in the series. All right, AHL regular season is over. That's fine. All right, let's keep it going, boys. Had a nice little comeback in game number 3, but, I want to be ahead going into the third period, not having to come back. Well, we were up ahead, but I don't want to come back in the second. I want to have a nice lead after the first. Here we go. Game number 4. First period, 1-0. Tyler Toffoli. He seems to be getting us started here with that first goal. I like it. 12 shots to 9. Very good start. Second period. All right, 1-0 still. 25-17. I still like that the Flyers are out shooting the Leafs. That's good. But another 1-goal game going into the third period. Need some insurance though, boys. Power play for the Leafs. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. Good job, penalty kill. Good job killing that penalty off. 2-0. There we go. Jacob Voracek getting us the 2-goal lead with about halfway through the third. Nicely done there by Jacob Voracek. And that might be the insurance marker as the Flyers continue to pour on shots. Almost putting up 40 shots again on the Leafs. And Steve Mason shuts her down. 2-0 win for the Flyers as they take a 3-1 series lead going back home for game number 5. Very good job there from the Flyers. Only 2 goals scored in that game. Tyler Toffoli from Travis Konechny, who's putting up assists. And then Jacob Voracek from Shane Gostisbehere and Claude Giroux. So we'll take it. Ghost is putting up points. I'm liking that. Shane, Ghost is putting up a couple goals and assists here. Konechny's getting a couple assists. Toffoli's really putting the puck in the back of the net, which is what I really, really like. And hopefully this Flyers team can continue to roll here. Alright, so we have a chance to end this tonight in advance. We can't give the other team life, and if we play smart and work hard, we'll win. Tonight's just another game. Just keep it up. Indeed, we got the whole team on our side for that. A nice big morale boost from the entire team. Is Robert Haig still pissed off, or is he getting back? He's still disgruntled, but he's up to an 82 now. So he's slowly working his way back up there. Maybe that's the turning point in the series, as Robert Haig is slowly starting to get back on the good side of things. But we are here in game number 5. Flyers have a chance to close out this series. They are up 3-1 in the series. Let's see if we can end this tonight on home ice. First period, 1-0. Tyler Toffoli again. Toffoli is having himself one hell of a series, and he's getting us started on the right foot, once again getting the first goal. 11 shots to 6. Let's continue to pour it up, guys. Toffoli's giving us this energy. Let's run with it. Second period, 2-2. All right, Morgan Riley ties up the game. Travis Konechny's having himself, low-key, a pretty nice little series as well, and make it 2-1, but then Kasperi Kapanen ties the game back up late in the second, 2-2, 23-19 are the shots. So we're going into the third period with a tie game here. Flyers are up 3-1. We do have the home ice fans behind us. Power play for the Flyers, and they do capitalize on it. Jacob Voracek from the point. 3-2 lead for the Flyers. That must have been a major. Up 5-on-3. Power play now for the Flyers, and they capitalize again. Captain Claude. The Maple Leafs cannot stay disciplined. We are getting power plays out the wazoo in this third period. Maple Leafs, and there's another one. Marcus Kruger to make it 5-2. And just like that, in 5 games, the Philadelphia Flyers will be moving on to the second round, cleaning up the Toronto Maple Leafs in game number 5. 5-2. 2 very good clutch power play goals there in the third period from Jacob Voracek and Claude Giroux. And the Flyers will walk away with this series, closing in the door and shutting out the series 4-1, winning 5-2 in game number 5. So let's see that penalty total. What happened here? Let's see. No, it was just a bunch of minor penalties. Flyers only took 1 penalty in this game, and that was slashing by Earl Grantham, but it was tripping on Timashov, then elbowing by Finn, literally 20 seconds after that. A minute later, hooking on Marincin. Marincin then got a boarding penalty as he came out of the box, hooking on Matt Finn, and then hooking on Frederick Gauthier. So, yeah, Finn and Marincin really kind of boned the Leafs on that end, and they just could not stop taking penalties, and Flyers came out with the win. So Toffoli from Sean Couturier, Travis Konechny from Toffoli and Couturier, Jacob Voracek from Giroux and Wade Simmons, Giroux from Provorov and Simmons, Kruger from Sanheim, and Generous. So Toffoli with 2 points, it seems. Couturier with 2 points, 2 assists. Simmons had 2 assists. Claude Giroux had 2 points. And I think that's about it. Kruger, yeah, that's about it. So 2 points each from Simmons, Giroux, Toffoli, and Couturier was enough for the Flyers to get by the Maple Leafs in 5 games. Pretty much cleaning house with the Maple Leafs. They really didn't pose a threat for us at all. Yep, we faced adversity and triumphed, and we got the whole team on our side. Let's see, is Robert Haig slowly getting back up there again? He's still at 82, but you know what? Continue to play him a bit, and I think we should still be on the right side of things. Konechny's neutral. A lot of these guys are kind of neutral. I don't know why Meyer's neutral. It's really odd. Oh, chemistry is neutral. Oh, well, those are... I'm looking at the wrong damn thing. But that's all right. Yeah, let's take a look at the let's advance a day here with the calendar. Let's advance a couple days here with this calendar, and let's see who our round number 2 has lost morale due to recent roster moves. Why? Did we put Neuwirth in the net for some odd reason, or I don't know what happened there. But Haig lost morale because of recent roster moves. That's fine. Provorov's up to a 90. Okay. Looking good, though. Sanheim's at 80. Moran's at 85, which is good. Let's just keep advancing days here until we get our next round opponents. Keep advancing some days. I got a lot of time off here, which is always good. How are the Phantoms doing? Phantoms, I think, are in the playoffs, right? Yeah, Phantoms are in the playoffs right now. They are... What's their series at? I don't know when they started. They had to have started this one. They're 2-1 in this series. So was that a back-to-back game to end the series? They lost that overtime loss. They're 2-1 in the playoffs. Okay, so yeah, this game was the first game of the playoffs. So they lost that in overtime, but then won 2 straight. So it's a game. Ah, my God, I cannot talk today. It's a 5-game series, first round of the AHL playoffs. So yeah, we actually can simulate this game number 4, I think, for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in this one. So we can do a little bit of simulating here for the Phantoms in this game. Who's starting in net for this game for the Phantoms? Let's see. McDonough's up to 84 now, so he's good. Alanko's really progressing as well, which is nice to see. Just want to see who's in net for the Phantoms this game. Vixton is. Alright, so Nico Vixton's going to be getting the start over Howard McBride, it seems. It's up to an 80, which is good. So Vixton will get the start for the Phantoms in this game against the Hartford Wolfpack. So let's simulate this game for Lehigh Valley. Let's see how they do on the road. They're up 2-1 in the series. They can close out the first round as well. First period, 1-0 Fontinos on Vixton. Second period, 1-1 still. Third period, 2-2. They force overtime. Tim McGauley and Nicholas Albekubo and Brandon Halverson, but then Karnukahov gets one on Vixton with 2 minutes left to go in the third period. So 31-18, fans are out shooting them. Overtime, they do. Reed McDonough. Reed McDonough has a nice little future here in Philadelphia for dang sure, as he gets the overtime winner, and the Phantoms do close out that series 3-2 over Hartford. Just to see the assists right there. McGauley from McDonough and Alanko, Albekubo from McGauley and Jevpalas, McDonough from Cornell and Yamamoto. Not too bad, Phantoms, not too bad. You guys are moving on as well. And let's just hold the team meeting for them just to boost their spirits up once again. Nice goal there from Reed McDonough. And we are good to go as we can go back to the NHL and simulate a day and see where our second round opponent is going to be, as we can stop the simulation for both AHL and NHL. And it's going to be the Washington Capitals in round number 2. So it looks like the Caps must have upset the Pengos in that round, first round matchup, and we're gonna play the Caps in the second round. Alrighty, so let's go check out the player stats though for the first round for this team. Only played 5 games, but still we'll see how they performed. Check out the forwards. Alright, so who had a good first series? Toffoli definitely did, for sure. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in 5 games for Tyler Toffoli. Very crucial first series for Toffoli. Hopefully that carries over to the second series, because he was getting us that first goal that we really needed. He gave us the first goal, and that was pretty much the leading goal going into pretty much all the rest of the period way. So hopefully Tyler Toffoli can keep up that first goal scoring mentality. Claude Giroux with 4 points. Timo Meier with 4 points. So a nice little start for Meier. Nathan Noel with 3. He's up to a 92 overall. He's a first line forward. He is a first line forward. Maybe we should move him up to the first line, maybe. Or continuing to play him on the second line. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know. Things seem to be working for the Flyers so far, but if crazy things happen, we know we can move Noel up instead of Simmons. But yeah, he's a first line player right now, so let's continue just to run with the lineup we got. Travis Konechny, like I said, low-key was having a very good series. The first couple games, he was really putting it in there. It seems like Toffoli's really liking that Konechny on his line in the playoffs, it seems. So 3 points for Konechny. Keep it up. Get those assists out there. That's what I need from you. Earl Grantham with only 3 points. 3 assists, though. I'll take that nonetheless. Ryan White with 3 points. We'll take that. Marcus Kruger with 3 points. Simmons with 3. Jacob Voracek with 3 points, but he does have 3 goals, so we'll take that. Murray Generous with 3 points as well, so he's definitely clutching it up there on the 4th line. Coots only with 2, but still, we'll take that, and nobody is a minus player. And then on defense, we got Shane Gostisbehere with 4 points, Ivan Provorov with 2, Sanheim with 1, Robert Haig with 1, Sam Moran with 1, Ulf Bachman with nothing, but all of our players are defensemen are plus, and they're a good bit in the plus. Moran with the 12 penalty minutes, and Sanheim. That's good that our defense isn't taking penalties either. 1 minor from Sanheim, must be a couple like minors and fighting majors there for Moran, but still, they're playing very well. And Steve Mason, other than that the first game, which the Flyers lost, he played really well after losing that first game. Flyers won 4 straight. For sure, the Flyers won 4 straight. Goals against of 1.71, 4-0-1, pretty much save percentage of .930, 1 shutout. Not too bad for Mr. Mason Stone Cold. Alright, so we can take a look at the playoff tree here. Dallas beat Winnipeg in 5. St. Louis swept the LA Kings. Edmonton beat Anaheim in 7. And Arizona beat Minnesota in 7. In the East, Washington swept Pittsburgh. Philly beat Toronto in 5, Florida beat Ottawa in 6, and Tampa Bay beat Carolina in 6. So in the West, you have the St. Louis Blues up against the Dallas Stars and the Arizona Coyotes against the Edmonton Oilers. And then in the East, you have the Philadelphia Flyers up against the Washington Capitals, and the Battle of the Sunshine State, Tampa Bay Lightning against the Florida Panthers. So we have a very, very tough opponents in the second round nonetheless against the Washington Capitals. But then again, like I said, we are 6 years in, so who knows how good Alexander Ovechkin is still by this time, and who knows how many players the Capitals have on their team at this point 6 years in. So it's going to be really interesting to go up against the Caps in round number 2. But we do have home ice advantage, which is nice, and we'll have to see how we fare against the Washington Capitals in round number 2. So we dealt with Toronto. Next step, get to that Eastern Conference Finals once again, because that will be a slight success of a season if we can get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I want to get to that Stanley Cup Finals for sure. So first series seemed pretty good. Let's continue to roll with this team. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know if there's any changes that you think we should make. Other than that, we'll start round number 2 next time.